Hey there, thanks again for being on my channel here at Michelle Huerta Art and Soul Pores. So this whole video is going to be a showing of one of my first commissions that I did. It's a triptych. It's 15 by 30, so 3 of those. And there's a lot of things that I actually created the video for my clients. I create their pieces when they're being made, and so this was actually their video, so I'm gonna have to like cut some pieces out and also speed it up because it's really long. However, adjusting my camera, okay. And I'm sorry that I can't show you the colors, but let me just try to explain them a little bit. This was a whole wave that I created on these 3 canvases. These are gallery level 3 canvases. And so I have a lot of different blues and custom blues that I made, but one of them I also I had some of the old white milk paint that I added in there as well. There's no Deco Art satin enamels in this, but the milk paint made some really cool effects. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this one roll, and it is going to be sped up a little bit because this was quite a bit of a long process in making this, but I wanted to just add this to my channel here. This was my first commission that I did, and it was a really zen process. I also wanted to add here that if you're not familiar with my work, Soul Pores is an intentional name because there is always, I believe everything that we do is done with, yeah, hearts, let's go, is done with the energy and intention that you infuse into things. So making a soul pour is a conscious process of creating intentional art so that the piece itself has energies, intentions, magic, prayers, wishes, dreams, all of that is infused into while making the canvas. And also there are certain things that I do to prep before that I actually cut out of this video that are prepping the canvas for the intentional art, or some people call it altar art. I know, a little bit of a mouthful there, but so there is an infusion of the soul pouring energies into the pieces. So and I will just stop talking now and let you watch the process of putting the different degrees and shades and colors of the blues in the wave. That white base there was put between the wave and or I guess it would be inside of the wave, in the tube. So anyway, all right, I'll see you at the end. So I wanted to add just a little here. So as you can see, I'm using the blow dryer and working through all the layers of color. There is as you can tell, there's this kind of soft purple color. I forgot that I had added that. I also had added a little bit of milk paint to that as well. So I was really wanting to try to get the depth of the wave with the darker colors around the back. Because your water is a funny thing to paint because it is such a flow substance. It's always moving, you know, and it also have layers and light reflecting really funny, which in the depth and a lot of things make water an interesting thing to mimic in fluid art. So so yeah, as you'll see in the rest of this video, after the initial blowout, there was also some playing around with some. I used my smaller air compressor for a couple spots. I also added some Amsterdam white with the Australian Floetrol to get some lacing and kind of, you know, a spray and different effects in different areas. Okay, I'll see you in the end. Now for real. Okay. also wanted to jump in and say, you'll see a couple parts here, like right there. I wanted to clear the paint looking through the wave because it wasn't quite right, or it had some pieces of other colors in it, and I wanted to also play with the arc of the wave a little bit more. So yeah, I just took some paint off and added more paint in areas to be able to work with the flow in the center of the wave. So I'm kind of coming to the end of this piece here. I did end up, of course, afterwards doing some extra tweaks and then filling in the sides to be able to make that all look consistent and kind of ombre from the dark into the light tops and bottoms. And which is a good reason to save some of your paints so that you can do touch-ups afterwards. So yeah, here I'm just showing some pieces. There was a deeper meaning behind each panel. So yeah, showing some details here. Yeah, oops, my feet. Yeah, messy creativity. Okay, so we're just gonna do a little kind of slow pan here of the details of the piece. So you can get a closer look. And you can use your imagination and you can see all the little creatures in there. There's many a jellyfish and dolphin. It was really quite fascinating to see how some of the little creatures seem to pop out. So yeah, it's doing some slow pan here. You can see some of those areas that I use the Australian Floetrol with the Amsterdam white. And I will say the piece did dry beautifully, and then it ended up being resined, which just really made the colors just rich and oceanic. That deeper kind of Payne's gray color that you can kind of see on the sides there actually had a little bit of a metallic, kind of like a silver in there as well. So that dried really nicely with a little bit of a sheen to it, which then of course with the resin got popped out even more. Yeah. Lots of fun. So thanks so much for watching this whole process. And I apologize, I don't have a dried picture of this one. I just couldn't find it in all of my fluid art pics. So I hope this will suffice. And the client was very, very happy with it, which was just wonderful. And it was a big one to do for my first commission, gotta say, but I definitely have a higher risk tolerance. Sometimes, you know, as the saying, go big or go home, sometimes that's it gives me more creative freedom to go big than to try to keep things contained and controlled and safe in a small way. So, you know, to each their own. So thanks so much for being here. And I don't know why I keep showing my paint-covered body parts, but take good care, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love.